Hello, everybody. Accureye here, and welcome to a new well, not really a new game, but a bit of a new talks series. And today, this is also kind of a tutorial series. And in today's video, we are going to be starting Civilization 6. Now, in this one, I am just doing a quick page to help you get started. But I will go into a more detailed playing the empire that I want to play, and more detailed talk about managing your empire. But today, we're going to go ahead and just do the basic get started video and just the basic talks video to help you get started on becoming a grand strategy or RTS player. Many players are not used to being RTS players, and I understand that because there is a lot of thinking and a lot of strategy that needs to be involved when you are playing a RTS game. And Civilization, or Sid Meier's Civilization, is probably, in my opinion, one of the best to start with because it is turn-based. Now, maybe you're probably thinking, why would I use an RTS or a grand strategy game like Civ 6 to start my RTS career? Why would I start learning on Civ 6 if real-time strategies like of course Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War or something like that are just that much better? And in my opinion, it is something that you should look into because stuff like Civ 6 is a great starting place because of the turns. And because it is turn-based, this gives you more time to understand the strategy and, of course, what you have to do. Real-time strategies, of course, don't really do that for you. 9 out of 10 times, you'll find that real-time strategies just kind of are like the thrown to the deep end, whereas RTSs like Civ 6 are a great place to start. So, here we are in our very humble beginnings of an RTS for Civ. And in Civ 6, there are a lot of changes, which I will go into more detail, hopefully, once I know a little bit more about the changes from Civ 1 to 3. Some of the basic changes that I've noticed from Civ 1 to 3 is, 1, workers now are one-time use. They don't, stay forever like they used to. Workers are now, you can build on a plot of land that you own already, and, they go away, and then they go away. But, your first move is to figure out where you want to start. You always start with one settlement or, group of settlers, and then, of course, you end up, once you settle down, you can start building your own more. But personally, as an old RTS player, you don't want to immediately start expanding your borders with multiple cities, because the more cities you have, the harder it may become to defend. So, start off with 1 or 2 cities at most. At most, I would recommend 1 or 2 cities. That way, your cities can become strong, and you don't have too much to manage. But another thing is, of course, the placement of your first city. You want to have somewhere where you can have production. You want to have somewhere where you can get science. And of course you want food, because without food and without a vast amount of food, your city will not grow very well. In fact, if you put your city in somewhere where food is pretty scarce, you're going to have a small city, and your city is going to become super, super small. It's not going to grow or expand that much. If you have an abundance of food, your city will rapidly grow and be able to continue to become a big, thriving city, which is exactly what you want. Another common mistake I see from most RTS players is, of course, the fact that many RTS players will expand their empire too quickly. They'll put their cities way too close to each other just so that they can expand the amount of tiles that the empire controls, or that you control. This is another common mistake for most people who are playing this kind of an RTS or this kind of a strategy game like Civ, is that, you want to have your own empire spread out. Because one of the main things I learned from Civ 5 and even in Civ 4 is the fact that, it's of course the fact that at the end of the day, the city was basically taking the same amount of food from the same border, which of course in turn means that your city isn't going to grow that big. So yeah, there's also that. But anyway, it is what it is. And, that's kind of the things you want to look for. Is like the tiles and stuff, and then what you do. Once you've started that, it's a matter of helping your city strive to become the biggest warlord and basically wipe out everybody and conquer the world. Become the biggest science and technology advancer, or to become the space race, I guess you could say, or person to reach this certain progressive point in the world. And those are the victory achievements you have. Everyone, of course, starts off in the classical age, or kind of, I guess, the Stone Age. So, and then as you advance in research and technology, so will of course the ages, until it reaches, like, I believe, the modern era, which is about the time we're in now. But starting off, you just want to explore the map, find maybe other cities, and of course advance your technology. Because the more powerful start you have, the more advanced you are, in a way, the better off you will be, going forward. So, so there is that. Of course, there are also other things that y'all see along the way. And, of course, as it is, you'll progress, ever so slightly into more and more modern ages. I will talk about management of units and stuff later on. And I will talk about other things that are interesting and that can be helping you. One of the basic things is research. You want to progress the ages as much as you can. You want to kind of become one of the more advanced, colonies or nations out there. And, the higher your power is, the more advanced your nation is, the sooner you can progress into a new era. And, the better you will be prepared to take on an empire if you want to conquer the world. Of course, if you didn't want to conquer the world, then, and you just want to advance your technology, then, But either way, the first biggest thing I would recommend for any player is don't try to start a war immediately. It's nice to advance your empire and to become the biggest, most powerful nation, but it's also good to just make sure that you can of course, sustain life. Because, obviously, one of the biggest mistakes I see RTS players make is they expand their empire too quickly. They try to make multiple cities and multiple towns, which in turn is great. But it also in turn means that your empire may be a little weaker. You're not going to have all the resources to fend off multiple city attacks. Which is why, of course, when I recommend when you start out with just maybe one or two cities. And then let them thrive. Let yourself build an army or build a defense. Once you have a defense, once you have a growing nation, then expand your empire, expand your cities, expand into other territories. That way you can become one of the more, or, you can become the most feared country out there. The one city or the one empire or nation that everyone is going to be either asking for protection or it's going to be fearing, because obviously, if they create fear, they're going to be worried that you're going to be attacking them next. And, thus you go. But I will talk more about management, empires, and kind of the conquest victory, the technological victory, the advancement victory, or the peaceful victory, or whatever. I will be talking about that more later on. This was just a bit of an intro, a bit of a startup to help you understand how RTSs work. In the next video, of course, when it happens, I will be talking more about managing your empire, managing your city, and of course what you should do. But with that being said, I'm not going to tell you how to achieve victory. I want you to figure that out on your own. I want you to decide and determine what is the best path for you to take. And with that being said, yeah, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for stopping by. And I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure for about 4 to 5 hours. But lately I've been good on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and every Sunday I will potentially make it a bonus stream. So keep an eye out on Sunday if I'm live or not. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure. Keep an eye out for bonus streams. But thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.